Mr. Justice Venkatachalya, Mr. Anil Xavier, Justice Lokur, I can see Justice Kurian Joseph, my beloved colleague on the bench with me. Dignitaries from Malaysia, Australia, Hong Kong, Indonesia, Thailand, Nepal, Papua New Guinea, and Taiwan. All of you, welcome to this historic occasion. APCAN, as Mr. Xavier has already told you, has a certain vision, which is to assist the international business community to resolve their international and cross-border disputes under a single set of mediation and arbitration rules with a uniform fee structure, something which is the crying need of the hour, and to create a single panel of international mediators and arbitrators. What is important is they will have uniform accreditation. The idea being that the best possible standards in both professionalism and credibility, which is most important, then makes APCAN move forward so that disputes may first be mediated and persons kept out of the dispute resolution process, and or if that is not possible, arbitration, so that they are resolved both fairly and in a timely manner. I may indicate at this juncture that our Arbitration and Conciliation Amendment Act of 2019 has various sections in it in which an Arbitration Council of India is to be set up. Unfortunately, these provisions have not yet been brought into force. Section 43 capital A speaks of the Arbitration Council of India, which shall be a body corporate. The council consisting of a person who is either a judge of the Supreme Court, Chief Justice of a High Court, judge of a High Court, or an eminent person, eminent arbitration practitioners, eminent active academicians, 2 secretaries to the Government of India, and 1 representative of a recognized body of industry and commerce. The term of each of these members is to be 3 years. And among other things, it is the duty of the council to take all measures as may be necessary to promote and encourage arbitration, mediation, etc. One of the important functions of this council is to make a grading of arbitral institutions under section 43 capital I. Now, this grading is made on the basis of criteria which relates to infrastructure, quality and caliber of arbitrators, performance and compliance of time limits for disposal of both domestic and international commercial arbitrations in such manner as may ultimately be specified. What is important is that ultimately, when it comes to international arbitrations, the Supreme Court has the power to designate arbitral institutions which are graded by this council. And once these institutions are graded by the council, appointments, etc., are to be channeled through these institutions so that section 11 of our present act will then stand amended, so that only these institutions then do everything from appointment down through carriage of the arbitral proceedings and finally until they reach the courts in terms of challenges. I wish APCAN all the very best. I can see that it has an extremely distinguished advisory board consisting of the pater familias of the Indian judiciary. First and foremost, that is our beloved ex-Chief Justice Venkatachalya, Justice Madan Lokur, a former colleague of mine, and various former Chief Justices or Justices belonging to several countries. I have no doubt whatsoever that once APCAM begins functioning, it will fill in this important void that at the moment is not yet filled by either any real institution in that sense for the Asia Pacific region or by the Council of India that is to be set up under this Amendment Act, which then ultimately designates arbitral institutions for purposes of appointment right up to the stage in which the awards reach the final proceedings in courts. Thank you very much. I wish you all the very best.